All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys coming in. Today we're going to be talking about fake videos, fake coins, things of that nature. There's been a lot of situations, a lot of issues, and I want to give you guys the opportunity to basically name the topic and then determine what videos we look at on YouTube or whether we look at eBay to try and identify what's bullcrap and what's genuine. But before we do that, I need to ask a question. Ida Herring and them have changed the start time for their pre-auction live. Do you guys want to just do this another time and go over there and just spend the time on Ida's? Or do you want to press with this topic and just go ahead and continue this? I'll leave this to you all. We'll make the determination. I'm fine with canceling this and going over to Ida's. That's fine, not a big deal. I'm going to leave this to you guys. If you want me to continue, I'll continue. Not a big deal. I didn't expect them to be going live for another hour and a half. So she's changed the time. She wants to go earlier, but I will completely and leave this up to you guys. I don't mind. Way deep inside, please continue. Outstanding. Okay. Because I know there's a lot of people who won't be doing that because of financial situations. So me says continue. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and go. All right. No big deal. All right. Well, I have a poll in here and I want to ask you guys basically for the direction. I've got a couple of things prepared and I'm ready to pull up some videos. And basically, what I want to do is I want to go through, watch maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes of each video that we pull up and talk about the topic of their discussion. So, whether it be coins worth millions, and I have in the thumbnail millions, 19 millions, the language alone should tell you that it's probably something that is uh, I wouldn't say undereducated, but they don't have proper grammar. Usually, that's a pretty good indicator that the information's going to be a little bit off. We say the same thing when we see YouTube listings for some of the other thing. Yeah, something is BS. That's right. But we really see this when we look at eBay and we look at coin listings and we look at either AI generated stuff that doesn't make sense. It's not clear. It's not concise. It just kind of goes through whatever. Or we see this in the descriptions of videos that they talk about coins, and then the first coins that they show in the video are not even the ones that they're discussing. We've seen this in shorts. I'm creating some shorts about this as well. But it's definitely a problem. And so, what I want to do is, I want you all to I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I'm going to go do the pleasantry, say hi to everybody. But I want you guys to come in and look at that poll and tell me where you're at. So right now, the eBay coin search, kind of looking at some of the eBay items, pulling up coins, kind of looking at those things, looking at the listing, talking about the listing, talking about the coin itself. We'll talk about specific coins that we want to look at here in a minute. I highly, highly, highly recommend looking at key dates, but we can look at other coins if you want to. But let's go ahead and give you guys a few minutes to finish putting stuff in the poll. Right now, we're pretty split. I've got 40% in no mint mark coins. This is something that I did a couple things on this. Really easy. AI tends to muck up the world. Yeah, well, yeah. There are good things and bad things about AI. I'm not knocking AI. I have used it to help me identify certain things, and I've used it to help me find specific documents and things like that. I have tried to utilize AI as an experiment with videos. I did one live and showed you guys, and immediately within the first two sentences, it had information wrong. So, yes, it definitely does tend to do that way deep inside. But if you join into these programs through YouTube, they can actually take your information and plug it in. So, we have a lot of YouTube learning and a lot of channels that are creating this content that don't really understand what they're doing are growing their channels and they're adding to the algorithm. They're adding to this YouTube and these AI based knowledge, but their information's wrong. If you look up, and we'll do some AI searches, we'll talk about some of these things. We'll talk about some of the issues with the AI searches. What's going on, Steve? That made me laugh. But we're going to talk about some of these things. So continue to put information in the poll. We'll talk about these. We're going to talk about all of these today. This is going to be basically the order in which we look at these. We'll take a couple from each genre and then we'll discuss it. So let me go through and say hi to everybody. So number one, thanks again for being in here. Silverman, thank you for being here. Siren, Steve, thank you so much for coming in. Me, I appreciate you coming in. I don't know if you're driving or if you're home, but if you're driving, we have some massive and crazy high winds here. We're looking at high winds at about 60, 65 miles per hour. If you go up north, it's even higher. So if you see me lag or things like that, it's probably because of the high wind. So be aware of that. Kevin Hawthorne, good morning. Dan McCumber, Farm Dog, thank you so much for being a member. Coin Junkie, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. Magnuson, good day. Hope you're doing well. Jackalope Herdmaster's in the house. Thank you so much for coming in. Definitely appreciate you all being here. Again, today is St. Jude. So the auction over at Ida's will be presuming a little bit later on. Driving, oh yeah. You got to be really careful. They're talking about wind gusts about 80 miles an hour up in that area. So be very careful up there, please, brother. Appreciate you. Focus on what you're doing. Um, so again, St. Jude is today. It's going to be today and tomorrow. They got tons and tons of items. If you can, there's two things. Number one, please feel free to get over there and do that. Scotty, what's going on? Good to see you, bud. My nose started itching like crazy. So please go over and check that out. Make sure you go check them out later on today. That should be tons of fun. But again, one thing I want to be very clear about is regardless of what channel you go into today, if you're going to be looking at stuff, don't overbuy. Okay. There are people in there that can really help out a lot. Don't put yourself in a tough situation if you're going to be doing that. Okay. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind going over there. There's a couple things I'm looking at very specifically, but do not put yourself in any kind of financial straits to support one of these charities. Um, you have to take care of yourself first. So make sure you do that. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're looking at the polls. On the vertical side, I got an even split 33, 33, 33. So I'm going to pull from the landscape side and we're going to be looking at eBay first. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up eBay real quick. Let me go ahead and pop open a eBay search. Up real fast. Thought I had this up already, but apparently I had closed it. All right, so let's share this screen. Now, while I'm looking at this, I will not be looking at chat, so I just want you all to be aware of that. And we are going to be digging into here. All right, and let's get into eBay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get on in. and we will look at this. I'm actually going to shift this over here a little bit more. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull up coins. So I want, hey, Joe McBride, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. What I want you guys to do is I want you to give me a, um, let me actually change this. Let's make this big. I don't need to be that large. Let's put me down here in the corner and let's make this a little, there we go. All right. You guys don't need to see all of me. Um, all right, so let's get some coins in here. So what do we want to look at? So one of the things we have in the chat is we have no mint mark coins. So why don't we pull up no mint mark coins first? Are you guys good with that? That seems to be the second most searched thing. We'll talk about the videos as well. Well, let's go ahead and pull up no mint mark coins. And let's look at some of the listings that are here. All right, look at this, the very first one. Okay, so there's a couple things going on with this particular set of coins. All right, so $600. Oh, how many ways can we go wrong with this one? Oh, by the way, I got to show you this. I told my wife I'm going to make me a small cup of coffee. That's my cup of coffee. Anyway, all right, let's go back to this. Made in China. Yeah, well, it's not only made in China. There's a lot of other issues with that. Where did my channel go? Hold on. What the hell? All right, here we go. Okay, so let's share the screen. I apologize. I don't know what I did. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this up. All right. So there's a couple different items here that we that we definitely have a problem with. One of the items that we have here is that this is very clearly um, not slabbed coins. They're not authentically slabbed coins. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that these slabs, they're not TPGs. They are not one of those that is actually from a grading company. So these are just put into slabs. They're just normally going to do this. They've listed a couple of these as proof, some BU, and some proof. Now, number one, we obviously have some pretty poor quality imagery here. It's not a very good image. But let's talk about the rarity of the no mint mark 64, 65, 67, and 70 and 76 coins. So number one, yep, they're not PCGS, Annex, CAC, NGC. These are just standard slabs. So let's do this. I'm going to actually go in here and we're just going to open this up. I'm going to click over into Google and I'm going to do coin slabs. Now, you can purchase these right here on Amazon for 15 bucks. Okay, so it's very important that, and I mean, if you see, you'll see Temu and you can actually get labels and all that stuff done. You can get ones that already have the PBBC for grade, NGC, PCGS. They already have the labels, like they're here. Okay, so it's really important that you understand which one of these you look for and understanding the slab itself. Okay, so these things, they're all over the place. So number one, looking at the slabs, these are not slabbed coins. These are just coins that are put into plastic holders. That's all they are. Okay, number two, we're going to go ahead and dispel some of the myths. So in order to do that, I need to go US Mint, no mint mark here. And I want to pull up the United States Mint and actually show you um, where is, oh, come on. All right. So this is, again, this is coin guides. These are definitely different places. I'm not going to use those as a resource. You always go straight to the source. And you can see that there's tons of these. So let's actually go to the source, right? Let's actually bypass any of the AI bullcrap that's out there, and let's actually go to the source. Let's actually dig in to it. Eric Math, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. What's up, kin of mine? I hope you're doing well. So as we talk about mint marks on coins, this is basically that whole thing. This is what I want you guys to look at. Okay, and most of you know this. But if you're new to the channel and you're just kind of perusing and browsing through, this is, folks, this is probably one of the most important things that's going to dispel many of the items that you see on eBay. We're also going to look at this and talk specifically about this when we look at some of these no mint mark videos. Now, I've got a short that's coming out today that talks about this same thing. It's going to be referencing this. I just didn't get it out this morning prior to going live. But there were 3 years, 65, 66, 67, where an actual coin act prevented the mint marks. So these were planned no mint marks. No coin, whether it came from San Francisco, Denver, or Philly, had a mint mark. So we already know that there are going to be 65 and 67. So let's go ahead and go back to here. And we got 65 and 67, right? We got two coins that we know based off just the US Mint's website that will never have a mint mark. Okay, so let's do away with those. Okay, let's just say there's no mint mark. Let's just say that there's nothing here. Okay, so we go back to this. Now, when we look at various coins and they say that there's no mint mark on these, is there any one of these that might stand out that you want to look at? Is there any one of these? Because remember, these are all quarters. So if we look at quarters, whoops, there we go. If we look at quarters and we look at, say, when these things were done, right? What Philadelphia Mint to gain mint mark in 68. They gained the S mint mark. Okay. 1917, the P was put on the pennies. It's the only one that was celebrating the 100-year anniversary of Lincoln, right? We understand that. There's no mint marks on metals. We do understand that. There are certain exceptions. The W mint mark was put on the first time a circulating coin in 2019. So we have some specific information here. But what about mint marks on quarters? So I'm going to ask, has there always been a Philadelphia mint mark on a quarter? Or when did they start putting the Philadelphia mint mark on quarters? Or have they? Are they? Or are they blank? Okay. So when we look at this, there's a little catch here. There's a special little something that we need to look at. Okay. So there's a proof 70. This is going to be an S mint mark with no, Barbara has no P. Okay, perfect. So we look at this 1970. Now 1970, I hate pop quizzes. I'm sorry, Silverman. The intent of this is to get you thinking about these things, okay? So no mint mark, right? We know this. There's no mint mark on these particular ones. So the 1970 proof, that means it's a 1970 S. And 1970 no S mint mark would be extremely valuable, right? So, but can you tell whether there's a mint mark there? There's no additional photos. You can't see anything. And they've already listed that all of these are extremely rare coins. Do you think that this actually is a 1970 proof? No S? Probably not. Right? So again, they're touting this for something that it's not. Again, they're trying to identify things that are there. We know that 65 and 66 didn't have any mint marks to begin with. So this one makes me laugh right here, folks. 1976 S, no mint mark rare coins. I love this. And then they say that there's an S on it. Anyway, so we know this is no good. So again, this is just one of those that is a bunked one. Let's go come down here and let's check out this one. 1970, no mint mark, error, Lincoln Penny DDO DDR. Outstanding. So it's a 1970. Again, look at the wonderful quality here. Beautiful photos, right? All right. So let's check out a couple things and let's look at this and try to identify some things that might be warning signs. Okay. Now, folks, if you're coming into eBay and you see this right here, you see a channel with zero content, zero sales, zero feedback. That's a massive warning. Okay. Doesn't mean that they're not listing it the very, very first time, but that's a pretty much a good warning sign. No information, no things. Now let's go look at the description. 1970, no mint penny. Oh, perfect. Grade XF, red brown. Um, yeah, can you confirm anything on this particular coin? I mean, can you say that this is XF? Can you even say that it's real? Like, so, I mean, again, it's a very, very bad image. It's not very clean. It's not, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great. I would not be purchasing this coin, especially for 550 bucks. But again, 1970, there's no mint marks. The only mint mark that is unintended, we'll get to that in just a second. There's only 1 cent that had an unintended missing mint mark. I'll put that in chat if anybody can tell me what year that is. That would be cool. We'll see how well we do. 1974 quarter. Okay. Jackalope. I get a kick out of listings that toss up every keyword. DDO, DDR. Yeah. So we'll see that a lot as we look through these. We're going to go through a couple of these. Um, but yeah, it's exactly right. Right. They try to do everything. Again, these are AI generated, and they type in, description for this and include everything that you can come up with. Here's a 1974. Yeah, okay. Coin definitely circulated condition, nothing major. $2,500. No mint mark. Okay, well, again, let's look over here and let's look at the seller's feedback. Zero. Zero. There's nothing here. Right? So again, get an idea for some of these. Now let's go look at something that is the actual only unintended coin that is a no mint mark. And let's look at some of these. Now, here's where we have to be a little bit more careful. Actually look at some of these and look at some of the detail. So in order to do this, I need to have a couple things open. So I'm going to close this. Again, when we come over here, we talk about mint marks. There's something very specific on here that the only unintended mint mark is going to be the 1922p. Okay. And I know it says that in here somewhere. I don't know where it says. I'll find it. I know it's in here, but anyway, let's do this. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to pull up copper coins. Oops. Goes here. And in order to identify this, we're going to be looking up the 1922. And we're going to be looking up because it's only Denver, so we don't have to put that in there. Because remember, in 1922, there was only the Denver mint mark. No items listing. Oh, well, I better go to let's go to Friday Vista. All right. Well, let's go to sense. Let's navigate this. I want you guys to be walking through. So we're going to come down here. We're going to go to link and sense. We're going to be going to this. We're going to be looking at, oops, hold on. Have to get to the, where's it going to be at here? It's not going to be under repunchment mark and it's not going to be double dies. Where is 19? Um, no, that's not what I want to see. Um, let's go to Wexler. All right. So yeah, Jackalope, that's right. There is going to be a 1982 no mint mark dime as well. But again, we're talking about cents. And 1982 no mint mark dime is the only business strike that is in that. They're fishing for sap. Yeah, coin's making sense. I can't find the 1922 no mint mark. I don't know why I can't. Um, why can't I find? Can't find the Wexler. Well, let's do this. We'll just pull up PCGS and we'll pull that up here. This is a good way to do it. I'm trying to find the other one. Um, there are two. Yeah, PCGS coin facts will have it. There's going to be. There we go. This is what I was looking for right here. There's going to be a strong and a weak reverse on this, so it's really important to look at this, and you have to pair this with the intended item. So let's go ahead and get over here. So we'll look at this one. Great Southern Coins. Now, here's the thing. There's a pretty good chance by looking at this particular site, you're going to be looking at a decent coin. One, they have 255,000 comments. They have a good rating. Um, they're they're actually quite good at this particular item. Let's look at Great Southern Coins, certified rare coins. Um, they are going to tell you that it's strong reverse. So let's go check out this. Now, here's something that I I don't really how to say this. It gives me more credence to trusting their stuff when you look at a coin that is, let me separate. We're going to be looking at the strong reverse here. Let me get back over here. This one. All right. So when I pull this up, going on. All right. So when I pull this up and I put these side by side, you can clearly see that this is the strong reverse and they have not utilized the same image from PCGS. So this isn't something that they are uh, copying. They're not taking this particular image. This is its own coin. And if you look at the obverse and the reverse on this coin over here, you can tell that it's the same coin. They're not utilizing two images from different coins to be able to do this. This is the same one. They're really clear, solid imagery. And if you click on this particular coin, now it doesn't allow you to get. All right, so let me see if I can save the image. If I can open it up in bigger. All right. So now we can zoom into it. So what are we going to be looking at? Well, we're looking at this as a strong reverse. We want to make sure solid. So let's go ahead and go back to PCGS and pull up that strong reverse. All right. So what are we looking here? We're looking at a couple different elements, couple different items. You can see the really strong wheat. Again, really strong wheat. Good strike in United States of America. And then when we, oops, and then we're looking at this. Oh, I didn't download. Should have been a little bit more prepared. When we come back over here, not allowing. Okay. When we look through this, we're looking to make sure that we have the exact same general basis here. So we're looking at a 1922. It's a very strong strike. It's nice, clear. And again, you can see that note, that missing Denver mint mark there. It's very clear. It's not like it's light. It's not a weak strike. There's just no D. So from this particular seller, can you say this is a pretty good coin? Yeah, I think you can say that this is a pretty good coin. But now let's go back and let's look at some of these other ones. What about this one? No mint mark. Well, let's look at this a little bit closer. Is it there or has it been removed? Kind of looks like the remnants of one. What are your thoughts on this particular coin? Weak D. Okay. Yeah. So again, no mint mark. Now they have quite a few items, but yeah, there's definitely the remnants of a D here. It's just a very weak D. So this would not be a no D. This is obviously is not a double die. You're going to have there's lots of damage. You can see that this coin has taken a bunch of hits, but that there's definitely a D there. You can see that Denver mint mark. Now, the other thing that you can look at, and I'm not going to pull this up because we're going to go ahead and move to some videos next, is to make sure you look at the mint mark styles and the mint mark placements. That's going to be extremely important because you want to make sure that you understand that as well. All right. So I apologize. I wasn't better prepared for this. Wasn't going to show the 1922. Again, now one thing you also want to look at, just because it's in a slab, folks, doesn't mean that it's authentic. Doesn't mean that it's genuine. So when you're looking at some of these things now, again, you got almost 10,000 positive views. They've got a really good rating. They list all the details. They tell you that it's damaged. They tell you it's deep brown. Um, it's got a certification. We can come up here. We can actually pull this number and we can look at the coin. We can actually go to NGC. We can look at it. We can look at the damage in the coin and determine if this is something we really want to look at and purchase. And again, if you really want one and you're willing to do this, then you may be able to do that. You may want to do that. But we can actually look at NGC and we can look at this label. We can look at these items to determine, is this actually an authentic slab? And again, folks, just because it's in a slab doesn't mean that it's authentic. And we talked about that before. Jack Young has sent me photos we've talked about gold coins of some really nice looking slabs that they're 100% fake. So be very clear and very careful about that. Let's go pull up another fake 1920. I want to find clearly fake. want to find one that has like tooling marks. Oh, there's a good one. There's a good one. So again, yeah, this is definitely a problem coin. Um, yeah, this is, look at this. Yeah, that's definitely a problem coin. All right. So again, we'll go ahead and pull up a couple other ones. Anyway, just be careful when you're looking at this. All right. So let's go to YouTube and let's start pulling up videos. So videos, let's go see who else, what was next. Counterfeit coins. Let's do the no cent. Coins worth millions is another one that's really good. So let's pull up no mint mark coins. All right. Ultra super rare 1981. There we go. This is a great one.
Coins of KC at coins_816. Your number one go-to coin guy for
Can you guys hear the audio on that? Put a one in chat if you guys can hear the audio in that. If you can't, I need to make sure that I share the audio. Um, yeah, so obviously you can tell that this video is AI. Yeah, okay, you can hear the audio in that. Clearly you could hear this as AI. And 1981, yeah, it's horrible, right?
all the latest coin news and most recent updated coin values today in the present year 2023. Now let's talk money and negotiate the true history and value of the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial 1 cent penny error.
Oh my God, this is funny. All right, so again, looking at this, you can clearly tell that it's AI. You can clearly tell it's an AI generated video. Let's negotiate the truth, right? You don't negotiate the truth. The truth is the truth. And let's talk about price. Well, the 1981 no mint is, yeah, it's clearly. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Okay, and I'm going to scroll up a little bit. 27,000 views. And if you come in here, I'm a very nice collection, my friend. Let me start with a few facts regarding one. Yep, so there's some people in here. Um, yeah, so there are people who are asking about coins, right? So they're asking these people for advice. And this is a problem. This is the bane of our existence. The ones who really want to try to give good information. Yeah, Eric is a rich man. He's got, let's see, what was the total price? I think they were saying 9,000.
Memorial penny stands as a testament to the allure and fascination of rare coins. Its historical significance, derived from the transitional period of penny production,
They're saying it's a transitional coin. Outstanding. So again, this is clearly bogus. This is clearly not authentic information. This is clearly not real to those of us who understand. However, yeah, CAD Roll Hunter, this is completely AI generated. Not just AI generated text. Number one, they probably don't know a thing about coins. Number two, they probably didn't fact check the script. Number three, the language that's utilized is it's it's probably made to be sound professional. It's probably designed a lot of AI generated scripting. Now this is from 2023. So we know that AI has gotten better. So it's not that same kind AI voice which is talking like this. But it's bogus information. It's crap. It's junk. There's nothing really here. And again, when you're looking at these, and these ones are the greatest ones, right? 1982, 1 cent, small date, mint mark, mystery value, penny. 38,000 of these. Let's listen to this short. Let's see
Hello
what we
and
got.
good day to you all. It's me, Coins of KC, at coins_816.
Same
Today's
channel.
presentation was presented just for you, the fans. But before we begin, let's dig up some unknown truths about the 19.
Okay, so I can tell you based off of that little bit that this is Chinese AI generated. And the reason that I know that is because there was a program, and I still utilize this program today to do some photo editing. But there was a program that was created that they did a beta. And everything in this program, and that's actually through, it is, hold on just a sec. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right, Cadrol. Prompt, write a script for a 5-minute video. Yeah, exactly. And so, but what this program did is, and if you listen to this, there's going to be a tink and there's going to be another like whooshing sound. Okay, so I want you to listen to the rest of this and we'll show you what I mean.
1982 small dates and were and how many minting facilities they were even struck at. The Denver Mint small dates were only in zinc at the Denver Mint, but some small date bronze were minted at the Denver Mint.
Okay, so first off, the information there, yeah, no fact checking. There's just a bunch of misinformation. The problem is there's 39,000 views on this. There's 1.2 thousand thumbs up and tons and tons and tons. Wait, did they solve the mystery of the no mint mark? No.
The 1982 Lincoln cents with no mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the San Francisco Mint, and the West Point Mint. Now the problem is, with the
Now, again, here's where no fact checking. The coins with no mint mark were struck at every facility. Right? So again, I'm not going to listen to any more of this one. Clearly, we understand that this is AI generated. All right, so let's come down through here and let's look at.
How's it going, everybody?
Okay, so let's
Christian
look at
from
this
Treasure
one.
Town here, and today we're going to be doing a really interesting video about coins that are going to be worth the 1982.
All right, so let's pause this. Now, earlier Jackalope said, "Hey, there is one coin that's talking about the 1982 business strike, and this is the 1982 no mint mark dime." Well, here's the thing. This is actually true. There is a 1982 no mint mark dime. A lot of them were found, I believe, up in Michigan at a movie theater. There were bags and bags and bags of these that were found in that general area. This is a true statement. There actually is a 1982 no mint mark dime. This is one that was every dime from 1982 should have a mint mark from it on it, even Philadelphia. So this is valid. This is something that's good. So this was Treasure Town, 200,000 subscribers. So we look at the various ones. All right, so let's get over here and let's look at this one. The 1971 NOS proof nickel. Is this fact? Is this good? Well, the fact is, yes, it actually is good. There is a proof coin that does have a NOS mint mark. So far we're looking at this. They are talking about coins. These particular coins exist. There's actually good information. Sandusky, Ohio. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe I was talking to you when I thought about Michigan, but yeah, Sandusky, Ohio, and it was a movie theater where a majority of these were found in and around that area. So this is actually valid. This is actually a good case. Check this out. We just talked about the 1922 no D. Look, this is valid. This is a good coin. We talk about different ones. Let's look at the 1990 NOS mint mark. This is a proof coin. This is actually one that is an error coin. This is something that is well known. But this wasn't unintended. This is actually an error coin and it's a proof. Right? So again, are there items on here? Yes, most of this looks like it's good information. Now, we're not listening to the specifics, but they're talking about coins that are true errors and varieties. They are looking at the items that are there. So Treasure Town, hey, thumbs up. Actually providing some decent information. All right, let's check this one out.
Behind me is one of the most valuable dimes in the world. I get questions about it a lot, so let's just answer them right now. You see that sale price up there? That is how much that dime sold for. $456,000. First things
All right, so let's check and see if he tells you that you can find this in your pocket change.
first, it has to be 1975, no matter what. Second, you see how there's no mint mark? There's no letter above the year. There's supposed to be an S mint mark. The fact that's missing is why this is so valuable. Last thing, it has to be a proof coin. This one's normal. You see how there's pretty much no reflection at all. But on the other side, you can easily see the reflection. So,
Okay, well, what about a proof coin that's been circulated? Remember, you're going to be looking at this. You're going to be finding this.
1975 dime, no mint mark, and has to be a proof coin with that mirror finish. Then you have a dime worth over $400,000. Hit that like and follow.
Okay, so the last part of this information is 100% incorrect. Okay, so what's wrong with this particular statement? Number one, did he give you the right coin and the right year? Yes. Did he give you the fact that it was an S mint mark and the fact that it was a proof coin? Yes. But he said if you find one, it's automatically going to be worth $450,000, and that's a misnomer. Number one, this was the auction record. This is for the finest grade of this particular one. This is probably coming across. Yeah, he doesn't. That's exactly right, Cadroll Hunter. What he's describing is not technically wrong, but it's misleading, right? And what he's not doing is he's not giving you the information. So you want to talk about this. Let's pull up this coin. This is a 1975. So let's pull up PCGS because that's where he was at. 1975, no S, time. Okay, don't ever look at the details. $506,000 at PCGS. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. Let's get some specific information on this particular coin. So again, we can actually make sure. So we're looking at this and we look at this particular coin. The auction record, 456,000. So clearly he took this information from PCGS. There's the information. You have the no proof. But what he failed to explain, what he didn't include, is you can't just find this in any grade and it be worth $450,000. If you come down here and you look at this, well, number one, you look at the new price points. They don't list anything under 68. Why? It's because 68 is the top pop. And only in MS68 does it have the potential to reach that amount. Now you can find proof coins. Now I think Eric is still in chat. You can find proof coins in circulation that are beat to hell. People find proof quarters all the time. People find proof dimes and proof nickels and proof cents in coin searching all the time. Does that mean that they're going to be fetching that amount of money? No. The coin has to be flawless. That's exactly right, Cadroll Hunter. It has to be flawless. That coin has to be perfect. It's the top pop. It's the cream of the crop. And not only that, there's no damage. It's a beautiful coin. Now he's suggesting, implying that you can find this in your pocket change. And that is not true. Now, this has got 1.3 million hits on it, 85,000 likes, 1,507 comments. So let's look at this. A thing after they sold it for here. Okay, great. That's just somebody reaffirming. Imagine being worth less than a single dime. Yeah, that's true. I want to not get rid of my change. So when you're looking at this, the problem is nowhere in here does anybody state, hey, you know what? The problem is this is not correct. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it right now. All right. So I'm going to comment on this. I'm going to actually take them and say that's bullshit. That's not true. That's not accurate. Because that would mean that you had to find a flawless one in order to do this. He hasn't told anybody that it has to be in mint condition. It doesn't. He doesn't tell anybody where you're most likely to find it. Yeah, and so again, it's probably one of those things that's just not. So, is this any good? No, I fail this video. It's not bad information. It's just misleading, and the misleading is the thing that get people to do this. This is full on attempt to gain subscribers and views. Don't give people enough information where they're educated. They're forced to come back and check into you. So again, I do not like that at all. All right, so let's go back into here. Let's find another one. Most ultra 1969 worth millions. Let's pull this one up and see
The
what this
world
one
of
is.
rare coins to see if this 1 cent 1969 US coin is really worth millions. You might be thinking, what's the big deal about a 1 cent coin from 1969?
All right, so first off, you see this coin. It's circulated. It's not in great condition. THS, clean coins are better than fake coins. Fact. Fact. Fake coins are the bane to our existence. So there's definite problems with this. So let's go ahead and listen to a little bit more of this and find out where they're going to go in this particular set. I want to see if they, oh my God, this is a 3-hour video. Holy cow.
If you've got a coin collecting story to share, be
Oh
sure to
no, it's
leave
a
it in
3-minute.
the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other videos on rare coins. You never know what you might learn. Join me as I dig into the world of rare coins to see if this 1 cent 1969 US coin is really worth millions. Errors, misprints, or other characteristics that set them apart from the rest. The distinction between a valuable 1969 penny and a common one lies in the details, and it's precisely these details that collectors and historians spend years studying and searching for. So, what exactly is it about certain 1969 pennies that makes them so valuable? We'll explore this question.
So, um, they don't actually, it doesn't appear that they talk about this. It sounds like they're saying the same stuff over and over again, that you have to look at, like, this is just full on. No, don't give anybody information. Talk about all the various potentials that could be there, but they don't actually give you any information or tell you about the value of this coin. They show a couple of it. They don't talk about actual value. They don't talk about it. They just talk about the extraordinary value. You're searching for perfect items. They list what appears to be good, solid picture, but they don't give you any information. Um, it's just, yeah, it's so the problem is, Amy, it's so Amy says it sounds like we need to watch out for the con artist. That's the basic thing we really need to find out is neat stuff and really hope for the best. It's not hoping for the best, and this is what I want to get to. This is the crux of today's conversation. There are, how much is the same coin without D and with L and 1964? Okay, so number one, let's go ahead and talk about that. So if you're talking about the L on the rim, the L on the rim is just a normal thing. It's die wear. As the die decreases, the devices on the outside edge get pushed out into the rim. As the die wears, those elements bend and get manipulated by the wearing of the die, and they push the devices into. You'll see the edge of the dates get closer to the rim. You'll see the L in there. You'll see "We from the In God We Trust." You'll see all of that pushed up into the rim. That's from die wear. That just means that the coin has experienced die wear during its time frame. A 1964D, it depends. There's a lot of different things in a 1964 that can make it worth, a few bucks. In some cases, it can be worth more. But you have to understand, is there a variety? So 1964, there were a few varieties and errors. We can pull that up by looking at copper coins. trying to find some stuff, but the ultimate thing here is going to be the grade of the coin. 1964 without, it's probably, it depends on the grade of the coin, anywhere from a cent to maybe a couple dollars. It's not a valuable coin. 1964 no mint mark coin was Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia coin. It's not rare, but there are elements to the 1964 Philadelphia coin that might make it worth a little bit more. It could be a double die, but you would have to look at the coin. There's no way to tell you value without doing a couple different things. Number one, you have to see the coin. You have to look at the information. You have to look at some of the stuff. This is what I'm trying to get to you. People in eBay are lying to you. Here, let me pull this back up. Let me show you. And again, this is very important. Okay, and I want you to be very clear on something very specific. Okay, U.S. Mint, no mint mark years. Well, let's just go to. I don't know why I closed that. Here's the U. All right. So what I want you to look at is I want you to look at this information right here. And I apologize, I don't know how to say your name, but I want you to look at this very carefully. Okay. So what it states here is that the only years no mint marks were appeared on all coins. It doesn't matter, 65 through 67. These are the only years that all coins were without a mint mark. Okay. All other years had mint marks with the exception of Philadelphia. Okay. Ogie. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. So any other coin that doesn't have a mint mark is from Philadelphia. Okay. Because the only coins that have a Philadelphia mint mark is this one right here. It is the only time that a mint mark from Philadelphia existed. And that was to celebrate the 100th or the 225th anniversary. Okay, that's the only time that the cent from Philadelphia had a mint mark. Otherwise, there's no mint marks. Period. End of story. The problem is people don't understand this. They hear of no mint mark coins, and they're talking about the proof coins that we looked at, right? This is something very specific. They looked at a very specific variety, the 1975S, that is missing the mint mark. It's a proof coin. And they see, oh my God, it's a coin with no mint mark that's worth a lot of money. And the assumption, the item that happens in somebody's mind is that there was no mint mark, it must be worth money. So let's look at some of the mintages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the US Mint. And I'm going to pull up the circulating coin mintages from the United States Mint. You can do this as well. Simply come to this URL. You check out coins in production. Everybody can do this. It's not just me. You can come down here. You can select circulating coins and then choose a year. Okay, now this goes all the way back to 2011. And I'll just choose 2011 because, again, all of the coins that have no mint mark are Philadelphia. And you can look at the Philadelphia coins, and you're talking about millions and millions and millions of coins. Okay, well, you want to see specific mintages from 1964. Okay, let's do that. 1964 cent vintages, Philadelphia. There were 1,519,000,000 struck in Philadelphia in 1964. So, how valuable is a coin? Well, it's not worth much in normal circulated condition. Now, there could be some items on that coin that can make it more valuable, but there's 1.5 billion coins that were struck in Philadelphia during that time frame. The no mint mark 1964 cent is common. How much value? So that's the same thing. The D mint mark, again, so if you want to add the D, you want to look at that 1.5 billion coins. Again, it's nothing major. Because I'm a kid and I saw it on the ground. No, again, I'm not trying to ridicule you, Ogie. I'm just trying to share information. There's so much misinformation on the internet when they talk about no mint mark coins or coins that are of value. I want to make sure you have the right information. Not only do I want to make sure you have the right information, I want to make sure that if you have any questions, you have a person that is willing to tell you the truth. And I've surrounded myself with a bunch of people who are very knowledgeable and want to do just that. They want to provide misinformation, show you where it's at, and tell you why it's wrong and how to correct that misinformation. So what about the information is wrong? What is the fact? What are the realities of it? And that's what I'm here to help you do. This is why I'm having this stream, is to kind of walk you through some of these things. So, Ogie, again, thank you for asking the question. But you look at a lot of these. Now, you asked another one. Is the Abraham Lincoln coin worth much? Well, it depends on what you mean by the Abraham Lincoln coin. If you're talking about the Lincoln cent, okay, this coin right here, 1964, Etsy, used circulated condition, this is crap. This is not real. Number one, never, ever, 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 ever buy anything from Etsy or Temu if it's relating to money. Don't do it. You're going to get bogus coins. They're going to be cheap Chinese fakes, knockoffs. They're going to be horrible. Don't do it. Doesn't matter if you think it's a good idea. Just doesn't happen. No, they're Etsy. These are all crap. These are all crap. Every one of the coins you see here is crap. Okay? They are, number one, every one of these coins is overrated. Number two, most of these are going to be Chinese knockoffs. So let's go ahead and pull up one of these. Okay, 1964D. This is a circulated coin. But what we have to do is we have to look at, now, when we talk about, I'm not sure what's happening with that picture. I think they're calling this an error. Not sure what they're calling with this. This is a circulated coin. This is a 64 Denver. And in this condition, this is a 1 or 2 cent coin. It's not worth it. And you look through, they change the value depending upon what you're looking at, right? So again, they're crap. They're junk. There's nothing here. It just doesn't matter. There's nothing of value in here. You look at the United. Okay, so yeah, it's damage. Period. End of story. Look at the quality of the coin. Show me the rest of it. This is trash. This is damage. Because I was in a pawn shop and they like offered me a lot of money and they didn't know what to say and declined. I'd be curious to see what they thought it was. But it's very unlikely that you found a coin like that. Again, 1.5 billion of them. There's not going to be. I mean, not saying you can't find an error. I'm not saying that, but you want to get it authenticated. Take it to an actual coin shop, not a pawn shop, and ask them the value of it. Ask them if it's genuine. Or you can do this, and I do this all the time for people. Exclamation point email. You can come into my live streams, do exclamation point email. Let me know that you've sent me a photo, and I'll open it as long as I get no virus notification from it. First time somebody sends me a virus, they're going to be banned from the channel. And I have scanning protection and stuff like that, so I check and modify that. So I look for worms. But if you can look at the various items. So let's go look at the 19. What was the other one? I'd be curious to see what you had. Send me a picture of the coin and let's see what you have. I have problem with that. I would need to see the coin. So you can take good quality images of it and send it to me, and let's look at it and see. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I'd be really curious to find that, especially saying that you found it on the ground. It's highly likely that you found a $600 coin, $700 coin that wasn't damaged on the ground. Not saying it couldn't happen, but the likelihood is slim and none. But send a copy to me and let me know. We'll look at it. And make sure you do not send me a copy of the a coin that you pull off the internet. I want to make sure that you send that to me. But Abraham Lincoln 1964 L glitched. It could be a double die. I would have to see it. I can't tell you just by you talking to me about it. You'd have to see the coin in order to actually look at it. But I don't even know in high varieties unless it's a damn good looking coin. I don't know too many 64s that aren't in pristine condition that are going to be worth $700. I don't see it. But we'll have to look. Yes, it's doubled. Okay, well, send it to me. I'll be curious to see if it's doubled or if it's machine doubling. So send me a photo of it. We'll look at it. But yeah, be curious. Let's pull this up. Copper coins, 1964. Oh, you know. I hope Chuck didn't see that. All right, so let's go ahead and come here to copper coins and let's pull this up. So we're going to, click on the right item. 1964. And we're going to come down here. We're going to click on Denver and we're going to look at double die. And you said the of on the back. So it's going to be a double die reverse. Talking specifically of the doubling in of. Let's look at this one. An MS65, it's a $20 coin. So again, not likely. Okay. Take a photo of it, and up in the chat, there's an email, frostgiantsfrostbyte@gmail.com. But here's the doubling in this particular coin. And again, in MS65, it's a $20 coin. The likelihood that you found one on the ground that is better than a 65. Is there saying that you can't find one that's different? I'd be very curious. But I'm just saying that it's unlikely. Again, here's another one, MS65, same thing, doubling in the F, $12. So there's no coin listed in here that's $700. So I would be very curious. So send me an email, send me that photo, and we'll look at it. All right, so I'm going to quit focusing on that coin. Let's go ahead and go back to coins worth millions. Let's go ahead and go back to that one. Let's go pull up some other ones. So again, we have that. So, but thank you, Ogie, for the discussion. It's cool to look some stuff up. All right, so let's find another one. Possible $10,000 coin. Okay, so here's one for you. You were talking about the Lincoln set. This is Blue
Hey, what's
Ridge
up, ladies and
Silverhound.
gentlemen? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Hope everyone's having a great start to your day.
Okay, possible $10,000. Transitional error. Potential could be the richest one. All right, let's see what he's got going on here, what he's talking about. Um, Looking at a $3 coin. Let's see what he's referencing.
Copper business strike coin out in circulation. So, where do we go from here? Pitched at, ladies and gentlemen, at the Philadelphia Mint. So, rest assured, I'm pretty sure that all of these coins were not encapsulated yet in these little airtights or whatever they use to put into the presentation. They could be, I'm not sure. But all of these were put together at the Philadelphia Mint. So you can only imagine what can happen.
Hey, Southern Coin Hunter,
whether it's
good morning.
done by error, one of the blanks, mysteriously mixed in with the regular business strike stuff. And I think all the blanks are the same. It's just in how the dies are prepared. Or you can have some backdoor shenanigans by Mint employees. Maybe a few of them.
Okay, so what he's talking about is he's talking about the potential of there being a item. Hey, Ogie, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Send me that photo. I'll be interested to look at that. What he's saying is they found what appears to be, and this is not the coin that they're looking at. This is the one up here in the upper right-hand corner. Let me see if I can get better image of the one that you it's this one up here in the corner. This is the one that he's talking about. So in this particular video, he's saying if this is real, what are the potentials? What are the likelihoods that this happened and what it's going like? And if it is real, it can be worth a bunch of money. Blue Ridge is a great guy. We know he's very knowledgeable. He's very good at grading. He's very good at coins. He does the market report, looks at a lot of information. The likelihood that this is a good video is extremely high. Extremely high. People know Blue Ridge Silver Hound. They understand the detail. He has been in and around coins for years and is very knowledgeable with this stuff. So when I look at this particular one, I'm going, yeah, I can stand by this and say that it's very, very likely that the information that Sean is giving out in this video is good. Okay. Now let's go over here.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old Coins Prices. Today,
okay, number one, they're looking at a very beat up coin, same general thing. AI generated bot talking. This is not.
We have a numismatic treasure to talk about that could make you a millionaire.
All right. Oh, here we go. 2009 circulated penny can make you a millionaire. You should pretty much discount this at that point. There are no known coins from 2009 that have been known to be sold for $1 million. Even if there's, looks like yeah, but the point is that these are all tactics. There's 22,000 views, 517 thumbs up. I'm sure. Yeah, so again, well, I got one looks way better featured than the video. I'll send it at half price. So like there's a lot of people that are going to make fun of this, but there are going to be people in here that are like, "Ooh, I have this coin. It's very good condition. How much is it worth?" And these videos, the problem with these videos is that they give people a false sense of value. They give, I mean, here we go. Super rare
to commemorate
coin.
Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday.
Okay, rare coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right? It's just, what about it? I mean, this is damaged. It's okay, great, but you can see it's been cut off. This doesn't even look like a real coin. What's the deal here, right? Oh yeah, they're worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, they're not. There might be something about one of these coins that was the oddity, the rarity, but they're not what they say here. Talking about these coins potentially making you worth millions. You can see it's a massive spike. People want to know what it is, and then they immediately fall off. But this has got 157,000 views. So there's way more crap information out there. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys are aware of this. What if there is a 2009? Okay, Robert Bruce, here's a great one for you. Let's do this. Let's go to PCGS 2009 Lincoln. Let's do which one of the 2009s do you want to do, Robert? Do you want to do let's do formative years. Formative years is ones that people know. So let's go ahead and pull this up and let's check out this formative years. And you're like, well, what's the value in MS67 for a MS67 2009? All right, well, let's come down here and let's pull up MS67. Check this out, $325. If you can find a 2009 with an MS67, it's a $325 coin. Now, why is it $325? Well, actually, if you look down here, you can see that historically they sold for less and less and less money. So in 2019, when they first came out, or when they first found this particular coin and they sold it, look, they have come down in value a lot from when they originally sold. So before they were probably pretty there. Okay, so we'll go to the log cabin. So that's going to be early years. It's early life, I believe. I think it's early life. Early childhood. I was close. I knew it had something to do with that. Okay, you come down here. Everybody has access to this. I mean, this is just going through. So you look at this MS67. It's dropped. It says it's a PCS value of $119, but you have to look at the most recent auction, $119. Again, as time progresses, the value of these coins drop. Now, is it saying that, so you actually have a log cabin in MS67? Well, good. You may have a $100 coin. It's a PCGS rated in the sleeve. I don't know what that means. Send me a photo of it and we'll talk about it. But again, just because they're done that, and you also have to make sure that it's an authentic coin. You have to make sure that the slab or something that was done is authentic. You can find these at different places, and just because they're in a slab doesn't mean they're authentic. So again, when you look at these coins, you're not looking at tens of thousands of dollars. Now, 67 plus, which is the top pop, there's only one, and it's $1,800 coin. So if it has the plus, that's really cool. But if it has the plus, I want to see your number. I want to make sure that it's the same one. So if we come over here and we click on this particular coin, and you can see that the value went up in 2023, that the value sold here. But what we need to do is we actually need to find out where it sold. This could be an eBay auction that sold at $1,500 or $1,700, or it could be heritage auction. So let's find out where that particular coin sold. So in this case, heritage auction. This particular lot, 67 red, sold for $119. So they show that other one, that peak price of $1,700 for the plus. Okay, well, there's not a heritage auction over here. It's only a mintage of one. And this particular, when I say sleeve, I mean plastic holder. Is it PCGS? Is it NGC? Which plastic holder is it in? And I would be curious to find out if it's in a certified one or if it's in one of the ones that I showed you earlier, which is one that you can buy from Amazon. You can buy 50 of them for $25, and somebody stuck a label on there. Is it ICG, ICCS? What's the community? So you have to look at a bunch of different factors, but you can go to that particular item and look at it. Is the coin the same? That's the one listed in that particular one, and then you can make that determination. I need to do something real fast because I want to see if
Somehow we have
so they are still doing the pre-show over at IDA's. They're not actually showing the lots yet. They're just having discussion. So I don't think the auction starts for a little bit longer. PCGS, Robert Bruce, send me an email. Send me a picture of it, and we'll look at it. But again, you're not talking about $1,000 coin. You're talking about, I would guess 23. This price has come down quite a bit over the years. You can see from 1715 down that these have dropped significantly. So I mean, it's probably maybe $120 coin if you have a 67. If you do, that's great. But the top pop right now, according to PCGS, is a 60. Let's go check this. Early childhood, and let's see what NGC calls it. Average price. That's approved. I don't like that one. Something was weird. Something looked wrong with that NGC. All right, so there's that. Let's see what they give it. $67, $30 coin. Hey, thank you so much, Kyra. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. So this is PCGS said it was 176 in 2017. NGC has it listed as a $30 coin. So again, you can't, number one, you can't take, I forgot the exclamation point. Oh yeah, exclamation point. It's exclamation point. Find me. There you go. So again, look at the differences, and you can use this book. Let me. You can see that down there in the corner. This is the red book. I'm going to make myself big for just a second. This is the red book. Now, I don't recommend. Now, this is 2007, so it doesn't have 2009 in there. So you'll want to make sure you have one that's newer. But you can utilize this book only for mintages. Don't use it for prices. If you want to look at mintages and stuff like that, you can find out facts about the coin. Don't use this for prices. It's not a good idea. Get with a dealer, look at the coin values on Gray Sheet, look up PCGS NGC. Don't look up PCGS as your primary. They're always 10, 20, 30% higher. Look up NGC, compare them, compare, contrast, go to the sold listings on eBay. You'll see kind of the variety. Throw out all the high-end ones on eBay. All of the ones that are really extremely high-end, throw them out. Just get rid of them because they're outliers. They don't necessarily mean anything for you. If you want to do that, we can actually look those up as well. If you want to pull those up, so we could pull up eBay listing. Let's do that. eBay listing 2000 early years. eBay and search results. 2000 failed. Good. Okay, and then let's come down here and look at sold items. You're going to get sold and completed. They uncheck the complete, just get sold. And you're going to look at this. Let's come over here. MS to make sure we're getting the right thing. All right, sold yesterday or 2 days ago, $179 for the 2009 Denver early childhood. 2009D early childhood sold yesterday, 15 bucks. So I always take a lot of these and throw them out. There may be a reason that they're high, but just look at these items and then make a determination. You'll see varieties through here. You'll see a variety of prices. You see up and down, but look through them, right? And look at the sold listings. But take all the high end and toss it out the window, right? Don't focus on just the high end items. Look at your average, and the average is going to be something that's going to be extremely beneficial. So again, looking at this, 2009S sold uh, deep cameo, early childhood proof, 69, 18 bucks. So we want to be wanting making sure we're not looking at proof. We're going to want to make sure we're looking at MS listed. This is MS 67. Next thing I'm going to want to be doing is I'm going to be looking at lab, make sure it's the right stuff. NGCPNG, that's the right reverse. So again, 15 bucks. MS67 red. So you can pull up these numbers. And again, you're going to see variety, but don't take the high end every time. If you take the high end, you're going to be sorely disappointed when you try to sell it. So make sure that you're trying to find a proper medium ground. And then again, just always double check and verify. Let's see. It's like the 1944 Lincoln Memorial penny I found when I thought I was rich until somebody said it's a magnet. Yeah, and so you're going to have the 43 steel cent. You're going to have the 44. Um, but people make fake ones of those all the time. Those are very commonly counterfeit. There are things to look for. One of the things to do with the 44 penny that we see a lot of people of is electroplating. You take aluminum sulfide or aluminum dioxide. It's a powder. You pour it into a solution. You pour a conductor into that. You connect it to a penny, stick it in a solution, and charge it with electricity, and it'll copper plate or zinc plate the penny. You can do that. They do the same thing with copper and zinc, and they do it the opposite to make a steel cent look like a copper cent. These are normal manipulative ways, but you can see these things. That appears to be the holder. This holder is NGC, not PCGS. But again, just look at it. You can send me a photo of it, and we can look at that later. But there's a lot of different things to look for. So there's some things that you need to check when you're looking at those things. One of them is the edge. You want to look at the edge, not the rim, right? Look at the edge and see if there's copper that shows through. The rim is always good to look at, but there's a lot of different ways to determine whether a coin has been electroplated. Just like when you see the old steel sets that have been replated or refitted, they have a very specific look to them. So make sure that you look at those and you can identify those particular items. So, well, hey, folks, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out with me this morning. I know there's tons of people getting ready to go over to St. Jude. So go ahead. If I have a moderator in here that can post that link, I can pull that up real quick. Right here.
Here and support us, and that's important. but
And I'm going to put this in here. Go over there, say hi, tell them you did a Frosty raid. Let them know that you said hi. I'll be over there here in just a few minutes. I need to go use the facility and then say hi. And then we'll go over and we'll check that out. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me today. Even though they're doing the auction tomorrow, I will still go live my normal time. Tomorrow, I have something else that I'm going to be discussing. And if you have any recommendations, again, do me a favor. Make sure that you send me an email. Make sure you're liking this. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. All right, folks, I will see you guys in the streams.